It is commonly reported that 95% of people they fail to lose weight in the long run. And this is because people tend to do yo-yo dieting. And what that means is people hop on temporary plans, they suffer, they don't like it, it's unsustainable. And then after that's finished, they go back into their old way of eating. And then they wonder why they can't lose weight. Because if you've done something you've done your whole life and you don't get your outcome, the same input gives you the same output. And that's the definition of insanity. On top of that, there's also a lot of misinformation. We have so much access to scientific studies, peer-reviewed articles about latest nutritional information. And we get the latest science, we get latest expert opinions. We can share our opinions and share all these research with each other. But the caveat to that is we also are exposed to a lot of misinformation. People will tell you not to eat oatmeal because it has phytic acid, no fruits, no vegetables. People tell you not to eat red meat because it gives you cancer. Artificial sweeteners give you cancer. Drinking water out of plastic gives you cancer. All that's left that you can eat is just your socks dipped in tomato soup. And that's the world that we live in now. We just have so much differing opinions on what we should eat and what we should do. But if you can only remember three things, just three things that will allow you to produce meaningful change, I'll lay that out for you. And I'll give you a mental image of what you need to get started and what you need to keep it going for the rest of your life. It's a very simple visualization, so stick with me. The first one is your head. The second one is your arms. The third one is your lower body. And what I'm trying to link it with here is the first thing is mindset. It's your head. The second thing is what you eat, nutrition. And the third thing is exercise. But I like to phrase it as movement instead of exercise. Because when people think of exercise, they think of a huge block that you have to dedicate yourself to and suffer. But that's not how I like to see it. And I'll explain more later in the video. So the first thing is mindset. So Carol Dweck's book, Mindset, she talks about fixed mindset and growth mindset. For fixed mindset, it's the negative assumptions you have about yourself, the negative things that you keep going inside your head, and it cycles and it becomes your identity. So things such as, oh, I can't lose weight, I've done this so many times and I've never been able to do it, I can't do it, it's so boring. It keeps you stuck in that mindset, and that's why you never improve, because it keeps you where you are safe. You blame yourself, or you don't blame yourself, and it's an ego thing where other things control your situation. It's like, oh, my parents keep cooking this. The only thing that's available to me is McDonald's or fried food or frozen stuff, unhealthy things. On the flip side of the coin, we have growth mindset. So this is what she talks about as having a frame of mind where you can improve. You have this mentality of things will get better. I can improve. It's my responsibility. Once you take ownership of your situation, you have a lot of power to change it. Because once you limit yourself by your environment and your surroundings, that's who you ultimately become. You become pressured and molded by society and the things around you. The thing I'm trying to get at is you have to have the positive, optimistic mindset to keep going forward, because that's what allows you to fall in love with the process instead of worrying about the outcome. So the second thing is what you eat. Now, it's very self-explanatory. How you eat matters a lot more than you think. It matters more than exercise. You can't outrun a bad diet. I'll say that again. You can't out-train or out-exercise a bad diet. Just think about this. Very simple logic. You eat a donut. That's, let's say, 100 or 200 calories. Then you go for a run. You try to burn that off. Do you really think you can do that every day? Just one run every day, just to burn off what you ate for lunch or a snack? I don't think that's sustainable in the long run. And if you're eating way above your caloric expenditure, how much exercise will you have to do to burn off what you just ate? It's completely unrealistic, and people don't have the time to exercise. And that's why I like to preach that you can't outrun a bad diet. So what you want to do is just think about what makes you not want to eat, right? When you're full, you don't want to eat. Pretty simple logic. Even a kid knows that. When you're full, your stomach is stretched to its limits, and it can't take anymore. You physically don't want to get another spoon of food down your throat. That's satiety. And we're trying to achieve the highest amount of satiety with the lowest amount of calories. That is the essence of losing weight. You want to feel full, but you don't want the calories that come with being full. And how do we achieve high satiety with low calories? Now, there's two ways to do it. One is with super high protein, because protein is the most satiating nutrient out of all the macronutrients. The second thing is fiber, and we get that mainly from fruits and vegetables. It's really boring. It's not the most exciting thing ever unless you make it that way with the skills that you have with cooking. It's a learnable skill, so everyone can do it. So you want high protein and high fiber. This is like the perfect concoction for losing weight. Protein also is a main driver of the calories burnt in thermic effect of food. In simple terms, it means it takes energy to digest, and protein is really hard to digest. It's really hard to make smaller, and that's why protein significantly contributes to the thermic effect of food, which is where it improves your calorie expenditure. So you want low calories in and high calorie expenditure. That's the basic thing of losing weight. It's not going on cucumber diets. It's not eating this or that specifically. It's not about drinking tea in the morning fasted. It's not about apple cider vinegar. It's none of that. It's really just calories in and calories out. It's food and the energy that you use. Which leads me to my third point, exercise. Whenever you move, it takes energy, right? Every single movement, when your heart's beating, your stomach's moving, everything in your body requires energy. The way you increase the amount of energy spent is by purposely moving, because there's nothing you can do to change your involuntary energy expenditure. The more you move, the more energy you burn. A kid knows that. The more you move, the more you get tired. So that's why I like to phrase to change exercise into movement, so you have a better idea of what to do. There's things that you can implement right in this video. take a walk. This is what I like to do when I'm on a phone call with someone. It's free exercise or free movement. You just walk around while you're on the phone. See that ear? You just walk around with your phone. Very simple. And another day when I did this, I got 2,000 extra steps just from talking on the phone with my sister by doing nothing. You don't even realize that you're just walking while you're on the phone. The second thing that I want you to do is when you brush your teeth, just walk while you brush your teeth. Now, every parent and every kid can brush their teeth blindfolded, walking backwards. You've done it 1,000 times. You've done it 1,000 times. You don't need to look in the mirror while you're brushing your teeth or while you're flossing. So the dentists recommend that you brush your teeth for 2 minutes every single day. If you floss, let's say you're a fast flosser, that's an extra 1 or 2 minutes. So that's 4 minutes times 2, day and night. That's 8 minutes. That's almost 10 minutes of just free walking. And you don't even have to think about it. It's not even that long. So that's how you get more movement in without realizing. And then when you're at work, what do you do after you finish your meal? Do you just sit there? The other thing you can do is just take a walk for 10 minutes after you finish eating. It helps improve your digestion. It helps lower your blood sugar a little bit because your legs are using energy. I got this one from Stan Efferding, who was a bodybuilder and a powerlifter I always look up to, and I used to look at his advice, take some information for myself, and learn from the vertical diet. What I'm really trying to nail here is something is better than nothing. A kid knows that 30 seconds is better than 0 seconds. 30 seconds. You can do a lot in 30 seconds. You can squat. You can squat down. You can do burpees. You can do a wall sit. 30 seconds. That's extra exercise and movement that you wouldn't have done if you just sat there. It's really simple. It's simple, but it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. Now, people are always looking for the easy solution, the magic pill to lose weight. Just one pill that will build the muscle, lose weight, and look super sexy. But that's not how life works. And unfortunately, I hate to break your bubble, there is no magic pill to lose weight. There's no secret 10-step routine. It's just watching what you eat and watching how you move. That's the equation. That is all you need to remember. 3 things: mindset, how you eat, and movement. If you found it helpful, I would love to hear your feedback. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about starting. It's about how you start.